Hello everybody and welcome back to Hot Tag Reviews. HTR is back under the watchful eyes of Big Sister Black Country Championship Wrestling. That's our new home now. We're going to be doing all our content from here. We will be bringing you a lot more content, more regular content like we used to. And that's all coming back. Interviews, reviews, sit downs, maybe even some gaming content as well. It's all coming. So, the first show is going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be one man. It's going to be the face that runs the place, the commissioner himself, Mr. R.C. Chaos. Now, the HTR would not be HTR without many technical difficulties. And, just in true form, that's what happened here with this interview. I sat down and I chatted with the commissioner. We had a good conversation about the upcoming show, and unfortunately a lot of the audio didn't actually capture. So what we're going to do now is the editor's got to sit down with me and we've got to go back through and ask those questions again for the commissioner and then get somebody to edit it back in with his answers. So it's not going to be a flowing conversation as it should be, unfortunately, but it's still really good and you're still going to enjoy it. He has a lot to say, as he always does. He's got a lot of insight and he's got a surprise for everybody. But will he let us know now, or will you have to wait till show day? You'll have to wait and see. Okay, check it out, enjoy, see you soon. Hello everybody, welcome to Hot Tag Reviews. The first episode is back. Your bastard here, obviously happy and smiling as always with zero technical difficulties. Yeah, that's a lie. There's plenty of technical difficulties. But anyway, that doesn't matter. The reason we're here today is for one reason only. Big Sister Black Country Championship Wrestling. Friday, 17th of October, Halloween Mayhem 4. I'm sitting here now with the face that runs the place, the man himself, Mr. R.C. Chaos, the Commissioner of Black Country Championship Wrestling. Welcome, Mr. Commissioner. How are you feeling?
Commissioner Chaos is good. Long summer break after our Key to the Kingdom spectacular. It was a fantastic evening at Allen Sports Bar, and we're coming along quickly for Halloween Mayhem.
Yeah, Key to the Kingdom was an absolutely insane show. It was fantastic to be there and to watch it back on the VOD as well after that week. I sat down, got to enjoy it properly on my own without people screaming in my ears, and then I was just the one screaming. Because it was exciting. Hot shot Joey Scott winning that Rumble was an incredible moment. An absolutely incredible moment.
Crazy moment for sure. What an impact he has made in his short time at BCCW. Yeah, debuted back in May at the Showdown. So Key to the Kingdom was literally his second show. And he won the whole thing.
Yeah, so here we are. Halloween Mayhem 4. I want to play a game. 4-year anniversary, 4 years in the making for what is going to be a huge main event as well, which we'll get to in a minute. But what's this show mean to you? What's the meaning of it? And I want to play a game.
Well, yeah, Halloween is a very special time for a lot of us at Black Country Championship Wrestling. Some of us would prefer it over Christmas if they had their choice, right? Halloween is the anniversary show. We launched back on October 22nd, 2021. I want to say that's correct. Absolutely incredible scenes back in the day when we opened our doors at Allen's, and we've continued to run since very successfully. And on to this one. I Want to Play a Game is obviously a take on a very popular horror franchise that I'm sure a lot of people will connect with. So John Kramer once said, I want to play a game, and here we are.
Absolutely fantastic. I want to play a game, John Kramer. It's a great link, and we all know we're all horror fans here at HTR. 4 years in the making. Let's talk about it. Hunters versus the Clarks. That's what we was promised 4 years ago for the main event. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We fast forward to Showdown. We should have had the Hunters. Well, we did have the Hunters versus the Clarks. That was it. We're finally getting it. And Bread for Better got involved and obviously cost us that. Where do we go from here now?
It's honestly incredible to think that it took so long to get this done. But ultimately, Jim, real life got in the way. So Jim had a baby. Pretty much, well, Jim didn't have his baby. Well, he kind of had the baby. His wife had a baby the week of the show. So what should have been, 4 Black Country Tipton legends battling it out in our first ever main event turned into a different type of tag match in its own right, with Rufio, teaming up with Lee Hunter. What a match that was. But fast forward, May 16th, the showdown. We finally get that match right. It's Clarkwood versus the Hunters. Jig's the ref. It's crazy. There's a lot of history involved at the tribute show for the legendary Paul Sinclair. So everything, high stakes for sure. But Bread for Better had to get involved and ruin it for everybody. That continued at the Rumble, of course. But now it is official. And Bread for Better are banned from ringside. So this is the main event that we have been waiting for 4 years. And safe to say, it's going to blow the bloody roof off.
So, Bread for Better, obviously, the undefeated team in BCCW, the A team of BCCW. And that's not self-proclaimed. That's something that was bestowed upon them. They earned that right to call themselves that A team of BCCW, and they're incredible. But you have made it now, so they are completely banned at ringside. So we will not get interference. We will finally get a decisive winner between the Hunters and the Clarks. I'm a betting man. You're a betting man. Where's the smart money at on this?
Look, there has to be a winner. There's no doubt about that. I don't want a disqualification or a count out and stopping this match. So if I have to step in on the night and make sure that we get a winner by pinfall or submission, then I will, first and foremost. Money wise, if I'm a gambling man, which turns out that I am, if I was to put my money on anybody, I think the momentum does sit with the Hunter brothers currently. I really do. I think, both have held the FCW Black Country Championship in recent memory. And the momentum of them getting back together as a tag team is there. And, as much as I love Clarkwood, I don't think this is their night. I think the Hunter brothers take the W. If you look at the record as well, the record of these two teams, when they've gone against each other, and the Hunters have ran away with the record. But this, bets, as JR once said, this could be the very last time, and the smart money would be on that.
So with that, I'm a betting man, and I love the Clarks. Clarks are one of my favourite teams ever. I think they're incredible, and that we should be seeing more of them around the country. I absolutely should. However, the momentum's with the Clarks, with the Hunters. Sorry, they own Clarks on the brain. It's with the Hunters. The momentum is with the Hunters. I can't see them not coming out of this on top. It's going to be amazing. But onto the other team, Bread for Better. You have banned them from ringside. You have said this. That is set in stone. And not only have you banned them from ringside, you've actually separated them for the show as well. Riley Nova has got a one-on-one match with Hotshot Joey Scott, which is going to be incredible. An incredible one-on-one match. Obviously, the final 2 people in the Rumble as well. It makes sense. It's brilliant. And I honestly cannot wait for that. They're going to put on a masterclass. But then you've also got Joseph Connors in the 10-man. Now, I'm not one of these people that's saying it, but some might say this may be a punishment for Bread for Better.
Look, Joseph Connors and Riley Nova can take it however they want to take it at the end of the day, but I felt that it was right to put the final 2 from the Key to the Kingdom Rumble in a match against each other. And, some people would say it is kind of controversial in terms of the way that match ended, but ultimately that's because Bread for Better were involved. Everything they do is controversial. Separating them, Joseph Connors, Riley Nova, they can take it however they want. I think we've got 2 great matches out of it. We've got Joey Scott versus Riley Nova one-on-one. And then, of course, Joseph Connors is going to have to lead a team of what he would call probably retrobrates to take on Wesker's team in a 10-man tag.
So, the 10-man tag, let's talk about that. Fun dynamic. It's a big clusterfuck of a match. They usually are. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. But as you said, Joseph Connors is kind of like the leader here. He's got to control these characters, these people within his team. So let's break them down a little bit. You got Sam Best, the Starlet. Absolutely fantastic he is. Yeah, I absolutely love the guy. But I just want to see his face get punched in every single time. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. He's doing a great job. Get to pick up a single win, but doesn't mean he's not doing a great thing, and he really is, and it's really showing with each show. Has Hype, another person that's not done a lot within BCCW, but at Showdown he turned up and had a great showing in that multi-person match. But the one person that I really want to talk about within this team is Kai Payne. I mean, this guy is mysterious. He's a big guy as well. Like, on camera it doesn't really come through as much, but he really is a big guy, and he can move. It's an interesting bunch of characters all rolled up into this team. It's going to be good to see if they can coexist for a start, because this is a lot of people that don't like other people. They work alone a lot of the time. Or in Joseph Connor's case, he has Riley Nova usually, and this time he doesn't. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
It's good. It's going to be interesting, of course. The one person that we kind of not mentioned there, who's got his own problems and might have his mind elsewhere, is Stephen Keane. And I'm sure we'll get on to TJ Sky and Matlock and the Stephen Keane debacle there. But yes, Stephen Keane is obviously separated from Matlock as well. And so, you've got two established tag team wrestlers in the match, teaming up with three single competitors, if you will. Has Hype, Kai Payne, and the Starlet Samuel Best. It's going to be really interesting to see if Joseph Connors can control the egos and the mysteriousness of Kai Payne. Really, that's the interesting one, because egos galore will be a thing. But the mystery of Kai Payne is maybe something that you won't be able to control or contain. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting.
So the other side of the ring, obviously, we've got Supersonic, Nate Riley, Wesker. This is another dynamic. This is completely different to what we see on Joseph Connor's side. We've got three people that are insanely quick. They're quicker than a hiccup. They are fast. They are high octane. They are some crazy pair of gingers. And you throw Knight Riley in there as well, and he's just as incredible as these two. We did see there was a little bit between the three of them at the Rumble. Obviously, we know Nate Riley and Edgar Adams do have a little thing, a little some outside of BCCW. So they are friends. They work together outside of Black Country Championship Wrestling. Cyro in there as well. Is this a little cheeky little freeway we got going on now? Is this something they're going to be building together? I don't know, but what I do know is Wesker is a very big, angry, aggressive man. And as we've learned, Wesker doesn't always play well with others. And he will hurt anybody he needs to hurt. Whether it's going to be on his team or the opposing team, it won't matter to Wesker. He'll do whatever he needs to do, and he's got to try and control this entire dynamic here within his team. I'm not sure if that's something he can do, if it's something he will even try to do, or if he even cares to do that. I just think this overall 10-man is going to be really interesting to see where they go with it.
It's fine. I'll pick it up, bastard. I'll pick it up. Shane Hook, again, more of a successful tag team wrestler, in recent memory as well. His tag team partner, Leon Cage, he's recovering from an injury. I think we've seen him back elsewhere. So it's going to be great to see him back at BCCW in the near future. There's me struggling with it, right? But yeah, Wesker, after the King of the Division Championship match back in July, he's got a lot to prove. But like you say, there's some added elements where Nate Riley's now coming in. Everybody knows that him and Edgar have got a friendship, they've got a relationship, they're established elsewhere. Where does that leave Shira? Where does that leave Supersonic? Nate Riley, in his own right, is an incredible athlete. Wesker's got just as tough a job as Joseph Connors has, in my opinion. and we'll see how it all plays out on October 17th.
Yeah, so as you rightly pointed out, it is a 10-man, not an 8-man. So Stephen Keane, I apologise, please don't smack me in the face. And Shane Hook, absolutely incredible. So another team then, really, for this show that's been separated, that's been broken up by yourself, obviously, is Matlock and Stephen Keane. Matlock's going one-on-one with his former teammate, TJ Sky. TJ is, obviously, he's on a great streak right now. Unfortunately, it's not a positive one for him. 0-21, 0-22, 0-150. Who knows? It could be Goldberging at this point, but he's rolling with it, and he's turning the tides. I think you can see his progress. You can see that the guy is putting in the work, and he's got the crowd now on side. And momentum's a huge thing, but you look at what happened between the guys, Matlock and Keane. They were getting more and more frustrated. Obviously, he was getting to that point where they couldn't take it anymore. TJ obviously still thought he had his teammates. You know, he did still think that they were one, that they were going to be one. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and now here we are.
Yeah, it's a huge slap in the face to TJ Sky. However, you know, the bottom line in Matlock and Steve Keane's eyes is that he could never get the job done. He's not picked up a victory at BCCW, whereas they have as a tag team. And the frustration was boiling over for some time, and it finally come to a head at Key to the Kingdom. Well, even back at the showdown, when of all people, TJ Sky saved me. You know, at one point we were fighting ourselves last year in the Key to the Kingdom. It's crazy how things can change in 12 months, that's for sure. But could this be the night that TJ Sky picks up his very first victory? He was the fans' favourite in the Rumble. People were sure that he was going to go the distance. He didn't, mainly because of Matlock and Steve Keane. So tonight is, well, I'll say tonight, October 17th is the night that TJ Sky potentially gets his retribution and his first ever victory in BCCW. Exciting times ahead.
It's something you can't overlook how great that match was for TJ and Joey Scott. Obviously, it was incredible, and that performance in the Rumble was great. But Matlock obviously did what Matlock did, and he made sure TJ didn't get to enjoy that. And talking to Matlock, he's just been on a rampage, hasn't he? It's like he's realised who he is. He knows that he's this big monster of a human being, and he can do what he wants, when he wants, to whoever he wants, and he's inflicting that now, and it's incredible to see. It's incredible to see his journey and his progress.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, Matlock has improved no end over the last 12 months. I think, you know, I remember being absolutely scared out of my mind when he chokeslammed Carson Bailey on the ring apron during the Key to the Kingdom Rumble, the first ever one that we did. And that was insane. That showed me just how dangerous he could be. You want to talk about Halloween? This is like 2007 Rob Zombie Michael Myers here. Matlock very much has the characteristics to be that sort of monster, and that's a different beast altogether. And TJ Sky's got his work cut out for sure. But again, we talked about momentum earlier with the Hunters. I think with the crowd's backing, finally believing in TJ Sky, that could be his night.
Well, it's a way to transition from one monster to another. The 6'7" monster of a man, the BCCW FCW Black Country champion, Kemper. Now, Kemper's been a problem since day one. He came in to the Rumble and just annihilated people, absolutely annihilated people, and then was eliminated by the CJ Rollins and I do believe one of the Clarks. But Kemper then came back the following show and annihilated Supersonic. Then Christmas, he took out Jim Hunter and became the FCW Black Country champion. And since then, he's had a bit of a power trip as well. You know, he's been no-showing, turning up when he wants to face whoever he wants. And then we thought that he'd done the same again for the Rumble. Figured he'd just not turned up again, so you had to have a replacement ready to face Joey Scott, which happened to be TJ Scott. It was an incredible match, obviously. But then he came out in the Rumble. So obviously, whatever he's thinking was got to be something like, he wanted to win it all. But obviously, that didn't happen. You have a Kemper problem, a serious Kemper problem.
Yeah. Kemper, we've had a problem with for a very long time now. The way that he destroyed CJ Rawlins last December and put him on the shelf until July was harrowing. It was horrible to watch. It was, it was sickening. But when he then defeated Jim Hunter for the FCW BCCW Black Country Championship, we had an even bigger problem on our hands, because now he holds us at ransom, and he certainly held me at ransom enough times. But October 17th, it's time to put up or shut up, because CJ Rawlins is back. And the way the four of those individuals in that Rumble went at each other, it's only a teaser to what we're going to see on October 17th. Violent Night Dominator, Kemper and CJ Rawlins. Look, the police are going to be on standby. This could get extremely violent, and Commissioner Chaos has to have people ready just in case it goes that way.
You're not wrong. It potentially could get seriously violent. Let's look at the other monster in that match, Dominator. Dominator is an incredible woman, incredible, and what she can do to other people is scary. And she's come in and she's just had this thing for Violent Night, and she's just been hurting her like constantly. Showdown, Dominator was involved in the Key to the Kingdom, in the King of the Division title match, and she took a powerbomb off a ladder through one of the merch stands. She got up, and it was like she took it personal, like she personally blamed Violent Night for what just happened to her, and she went over and she annihilated Violet and dragged her out the back to give her another beating. Like, it didn't matter to her that the title was on the line, that she could potentially still be involved in that match, that she could have won the King of the Division title. She wasn't interested in that. She had one goal, and that was to hurt Violent Night, and that's exactly what she did.
Yeah, I mean, championship was on the line. The King of the Division title was on the line, and she decided against that. And she made a choice to take out the princess in her mind, the Barbie doll in her mind, no one else's mind. Violent Night is a fighter, and I think she'll prove that to Dominator this coming Friday.
Yeah, wow. So, as we said as well, Kemper surprised everybody when he came out at the Rumble, me included. Like, nobody expected that after he'd no-showed that match. That was a massive surprise. He come in and he did what Kemper does. He just hurt people. He eliminated people. He was there to just take the key, in essence. Maybe he wanted it all. When it came down to that final countdown and that next person came out, and it was Violent Night. Now, my initial reaction was, this is incredible, Violet's here, blah, blah, blah. But you have to take a second then to think about it logically. She's about to step in the ring with Kemper, 6'7", vicious monster of a man. And she stepped up to Kemper and she slapped the shit out of him. She let him know she wasn't scared. She was ready to just bring it, let's go. And, fair play to her for attempting it. And she did. She brought it, but he did what Kemper does. He was big and he overpowered her. And as it comes to the next countdown, and you just wanted somebody. You wanted somebody to come out and be there for Violent Night at that point, or even just to distract Kemper enough that Violet could get some offense in. And unfortunately, it was Dominator, and that's when I kind of just sat back and went, yeah, it was nice knowing Violent Night. That was a moment where you just, what's going to happen now? Like, she's going to get hurt. She's going to get hurt by these two people, these two monsters. And Dominica already shown how much she hates Violet Knight. For whatever reason, you know, in her mind, she's got this whole thing going on. That's fine. And then we get another 10 count. Obviously, it's a Rumble. They've just been playing with Violet Knight. Why eliminate her? And we don't get an initial entrance. We get static. We get nothing for like 15 seconds of just dead air of what is happening. And then we heard the voices. And my God, that reaction when CJ Rollins walked back through that curtain, back into BCCW, back home in BCCW, when he walked through that curtain, that ovation was just incredible. Goosebumps do not cover the level of emotion that was involved in that. It was insane. You had to be there to live it, to really feel it, but you can watch the footage back as well. You know what? I'll even put it on now for you.
It is! He's back! CJ Rollins has entered the key to the kingdom. Rumble Kemper has seen a ghost. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! CJ Rollins is here. Kemper thought he finished CJ Rollins. He is back! And Violet Knight is in tears! What a moment this is!
There you go, you watch that footage then. You can feel the emotion in everybody, the excitement, the cheers. The people was crying. There was actually people crying. That's how exciting it was to have CJ finally home. And then it just went off.
You know, I was lucky enough to call the moment on commentary with Rate Russell. You know, Peter Crockett wasn't there with us in July. He's back. So I can officially concentrate on things backstage and not announcing the show as such. So that'd be good for Halloween Mayhem. But calling that moment and living and breathing the same moment with the Black Country Championship Wrestling fans. Yeah, it was emotional. It was incredible. It was unreal. And Rollins absolutely went to town on Kemper. Look, none of them won the Rumble. They all cost themselves a victory there, but the brawl continued, and it will continue this coming Friday at Halloween Mayhem.
So on to the only championship match of the night. The King of the Division champion, Luke Douglas, puts his title on the line in a Halloween street fight. And Luke Douglas, obviously undefeated in BCCW, the longest reigning champion ever. He's incredible. He gives you that big match feel every single time. It just doesn't feel like anyone can stop him. You know, he's been an incredible champion, sometimes one-on-one, sometimes in multi-persons. He's always come out on top. But this time he's got MJ Grayson, and not just MJ Grayson as we used to know him. This is a new improve. This is version 2.0. This is MJ Grayson who he should be, and he's finally found himself, and he's absolutely showing it.
Yeah, we've seen a Halloween street fight every single Halloween Mayhem, and they have been brutal, each and every single one of them. This one has the potential to be even more violent, even more sick and sadistic than anyone that we've seen so far. And we are talking about someone that used to go around with the moniker of the art of violence, MJ Grayson, you know, the icon of sin, if you will. He had so many gimmicks. The fact that he's now stripped them all and become this, you know, monster in his own right, really. And he's not the 6'7" monster, but trust me, he'll bite your nose off and smile about it if he gets the opportunity. Against the man that has been the longest reigning King of the Division champion in our history. He has carried that title with immense pride and respect, and he's defended it against each and every single person that he stepped in the ring with, multiple people at times as well, especially on King of the Division nights. But this Friday is different. This Friday is personal. These two know each other so well. They go way back. both been head trainers at the Kamikaze Dojo, at one time or another. And Luke Douglas has really got to fight for his life here. And MJ Grayson knows it. And MJ Grayson, again, is in the form of his life and his career. So can he get the job done? The spotlight's on him. The pressure's on him. Luke Douglas is the champion and he's in his playground. Luke Douglas loves a street fight. It's going to be close and it's hard to call, and I can't even predict an outcome for this one.
I can't disagree with you. MJ is looking absolutely insane. He's looking incredible. The body transformation, everything about him. You can see that mentally he's there now, physically he's there, and he's just going to hurt Luke. He really is. He's going to go in there and do whatever it takes. Like you said, he'd happily bite his nose off and smile about it. Give me Bronson feels. It's just great. I can't wait to see. I honestly cannot wait to see. For me, this could be the biggest event you've had to date so far.
Yeah. This is definitely his toughest test to date, without a doubt, and I'm not even sure he can walk away untested and unharmed from this one. And this Friday, Halloween Mayhem, this might be our best version of Halloween Mayhem, our anniversary show to date. I'm excited.
So along with the 10-man tag as well, you have actually said there's a mystery prize for the winner of that match, which you haven't announced, and I'm assuming we won't get that announcement. That's fine, I don't mind surprises. It's good to have those little surprises in there, isn't it? Obviously.
Oh, we are playing a game, right? So, we've got to have some stipulations.
So also with the surprises, I want to play a game and everything else. You also said, it's been announced on BCCW social media accounts that you have a huge announcement for us. Now, I don't expect you to give that here, although it would be nice for an exclusive, but, whatever. But is there something you can give us? Is there something, there's like a little nugget of something we can hype up? Or are you just going to make us wait?
Okay. I wasn't really expecting this one, saving it really for Friday, so you put me on the spot a little bit. I will say that. Look, all I can say is the hype is real. It's not some jaded up evening with, type deal. It's not, some retired no good, world of sport, ex-WWE star at the next show. It is regarding the future of BCCW, and I'm excited, and everybody else should be as well. And when we announce it, it's going to be huge.
Well, there we go, people. We'll wait and see. We'll see you all at Halloween Mayhem 4 I Want to Play a Game, October 17th. This Friday, you make sure you be there. You're going to have to check it out. Be there live. He's incredible. Again, thank you, Mr. Chaos, for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I love these things.
Also, it's such a shame, but every single time I manage to get you on, or we get to chat, unfortunately, my co-host Rob always seems to be doing something else.
We just can't catch one another. It's strange.
Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get you together. Hopefully we can. But until then, thank you again for doing this. Everybody make sure you check out BCCW on all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and of course on the video on demand service on Your Fight site, as well as BCCW2021.com. Thank you for joining us, people. I've been your bastard. He is the Commissioner, Mr. RC Chaos. Till the next time.